All right. Hey, look at that, Sonny. You're on a 25 stream streak. How about that? How about that? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. Let's see, make sure everything is set up here. Next milestone is 30. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder how high we can get that. I was watching Pirate Software, and he had somebody that had like hundreds, maybe even thousands of for a streak, and it was just, he's like, holy shit, that's the biggest I've ever seen. It was wild. It was like, holy, that means they either just put them on every day in the background and just kind of, you know, do their normal thing and just listen to everything, or like people are really intently like watching all that stuff. This is crazy. Let me refresh. My stream chat is being weird. Okay, there it goes. All those icons are now working. Yay. Okay. That was being funky dory. I got scared for a second. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another stream here on Wednesday. Yeah, pet the assistant.
Sunny_Ruth pet the assistant.
Pet the assistant there. There he is. He's doing all the things right now. What is that little head dreaming of? Let's see what's going on in there. I do have to say, last night we were what were we doing? Mrs. Tahoe and I were, Dreamer and I were talking. I think did we just get done watching something? I don't remember. No, because we didn't have anything to watch last night. I don't remember. Anyways, we're sitting on the couch and I had a pillow on my side and it was kind of, you know, kind of rolled over me a little bit, and Patch usually likes to go up and cuddle and curl up with Dreamer. And for some reason, like, he just could not get comfortable on her. He just walked over and plopped down right in my arms, and this is like, okay, this is fine. Which I would say is in the past, he would do that quite often. Like, he would come over and get comfy on me and hang out. But as he's gotten older, he tends to stick around mom a lot more now. So, ooh, what's going on outside? I don't know if that's coming through on the microphone or not. There's a city truck outside cleaning out the storm drains. It might be pretty loud. I should have some noise suppression on, but new Star Citizen patch dropped today, so looking forward to being pulled back in after a month of ARC rating. Nothing was coming through. Okay, cool. It's really loud. So noise suppression is working. That's cool. Is it good updates? Like they've got good stuff coming? Interesting, fun? All of the above? None of the above? Yeah, limited time event. Interesting. That's cool. That's good. Change a couple things up here. Hoping all the bugs are worked out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was hopefully it's a update that helps patch a bunch of bugs and stuff like that, because last patch was bad because they took off for like 3 weeks. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I thought I heard that they did some stuff, it broke a bunch of things, and I think you said that you were hoping that they would get back and fix a bunch of that stuff. So hopefully that makes a difference. Open? Should. Or at least I would hope it would. Never know. Never know. Try do a couple things. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll get worked out quicker since they are supposed to be back in full swing. Gotcha. Do anything in your Hello? No, we're not going to do the glow there. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's always an interesting. It's always an interesting thing because that game is perpetually in alpha stage. So it's like, okay, got to give them a little leeway, but you also at the same time you're like, I've also put a bunch into this too, so yeah, that's a tough situation to be in, to understand and play with. Okay, in the meantime, you know what, I'm gonna make a copy first. Dreamer had an idea yesterday. She's like, ooh, you know what we should do? I was like, tell me more. We should do a coloring page for the event that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. That's a cool idea. I like that. So we're gonna go through and try to put some of that together today. Do I even need any of this stuff? His little bow tie. Keep him at the moment. Keep the stars. Don't need that. Don't need the tree. Shadow can stay. That can stay. That can stay. Diamonds. Yeah, let's do the diamonds instead. Okay. So we're gonna be doing a event at the closer to the end of February for our local bookstore, Nook and Cranny Book Wagon, which is I say it's a bookstore, but it's a pop-up bookstore. And we got invited to go and do a signing. There's going to be a reading of the book. We're going to be able to talk with people about the series and stuff like that. It's an event that people can buy tickets for and go to because it's a small space. We have limited people that can be there and pick up books and stuff like that. But we were trying to think of what other little fun extras could we do or have, since we're it's going to be for the first book, for book one of the Stitch Tales series. and kind of going to be wrapped around the adoption aspect of the of that story and stuff. So Dreamers was like, oh, you should put together an adoption page or a coloring page for the event. I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I could do that. I've got some stuff put together that I can grab and use from different various places to put that together. Different graphics, images, things that I built. I have to find them. Where are they? Here. And try to put together a little coloring page for it and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Here's the stickers. There we go. We want this one. The frame. Let's go ahead and turn him off at the moment. Beautiful thing about vector graphics. Look at that, you can just scale it right up to what you need it to be. He's perfect. Okay, so we'll do some other stuff to it after I get part of this set up and ready to go for color, or to be colored. Let's see. I need to go through. Get rid of that. That gray is fine. Those grays are fine. That's already white. These will have to be changed. This will have to be like a white, maybe with a stroke around it. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. To get rid of that, just get rid of the shading. Let people do their own shading kind of thing. I think I do want to go through. I want to change these to black. So this has got a white. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that for the moment. Question is, I had a feeling. Some of my older graphics, they were not set to be true black. Still not 100% sure why or how that happened. Maybe a difference between changing from old program to new program. I don't know, something along those lines. So now I get to go through and fix all of them. Still. Should be able to take this. That is set to grayscale. That might have been part of the problem. Go ahead and set that to white. Set that to white. Okay. Did that. Let's add. Stroke around these. Let's make them rounded though, so they don't look hunky dory. Okay, that should work. Don't need those. We're not gonna need that one. Okay, we do have the big button. So we could change, we can do something with that. Let's see. Okay, maybe that's what's bothering me about this. This need to be black. That needs to be black. I can leave the gray on there. Or I can put an outline around it. Okay, the other shadows have lines around them. So we will do the same. Let's go line inside. Yeah, we want alignment on the inside. Yeah, okay. So that one's got a 0.5 with an alignment on the inside. Gotcha. Five alignment inside. Should be able to do both of these at the same time. 5 inside. Ooh, that one disappeared. That's 0.5. There we go. Okay. Better. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so we could do. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll get worked on because we're supposed to be back. Okay. Actually, Tahoe, you may know the answer to a question I have. It's about a piece of machinery. Okay. It's got a cage for one person and has the head of a bulldozer to move dirt and or snow out of the way. It's only maybe 6 foot tall and has treads as well. It's got a cage for one person and has the head of a bulldozer? So it's got a big flat blade in the front to move dirt and snow. Oh, is the blade, so does it have like 2 blades? It's very like long and kind of slender. And it has a blade in the front, but it also has a blade in the middle underneath the cage. Is that what you're talking about? Yes, with like the teeth. You're not talking about a mini excavator. No, it's got like the scoop thing is what I meant. A mini excavator, mini X. It sounds like kind of what you're talking about. They're just little, they can be little guys. Let me see. Properties. Let's bring up Safari. Oops, the wrong one. Are you talking about one of these? I'll see if I can find a picture with mini excavator. Yeah, is this what you're talking about? The little mini X's? Yes, I've run one of these before. Actually, I ran one on my house in the front yard when I was redoing the entire front yard. Kind of. There's that classic one on the bottom third from the right. Oh, that's just a loader. Yeah, it's a backhoe loader, but it's smaller. Kind of. There's a classic one on the bottom third from the right. 1, 2, 3. You're talking about this one? This is on Alibaba? What the fuck? You're not talking about a tracked little guy, are you? Skidster. But it's smaller. Are you talking about a skidster? Yeah, the little guy. This one. Ooh, I do not like this website. I do not like that. Yeah, this is a skidster, if that's what you're talking about. The Kubota or skidster. Yep. Yeah. I've driven one of those as well. One of the many, one of the fun things about working construction is getting the opportunity to experience using different tools and stuff like that. I've gotten to run all kinds of heavy equipment like this. I've gotten to use all kinds of different tools like plasma cutters and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I've actually have some stories about a skidster that was like this that I got to use, that we were excavating underneath a house to make like a basement, and I got to drive this one underneath the house, and there was a mini excavator underneath that was digging up around the foundations and stuff like that, and then pushing that dirt into the bucket, and I would take it out and dump it and stuff like that, because I was the only one not necessarily qualified. I learned and taught myself how to drive it and make sure to be safe, but I was probably the only one safe enough to drive it. It's probably the thing, but yeah. Like I said, I've run one of those. I've run mini X's. I've run backhoe loaders as well. I used to run that one all the time because the one that we had forks on it so that you could pick up pallets and stuff. So we would borrow that one every once in a while. Also what are they called? It's kind of like a gigantic forklift with the boom arm, like a boom arm lift. Maybe it was, we called it the lift, but I'll see if I can find one. Not these ones. These are ones for people. We used to lift plywoods and everything, cages and all kinds of stuff up. We used to pick up steel and put it in places. Ah, there it is. One of these. Used to run one of these too. That one was fun. That one was scary. So I've had 2 scary experiences in my life running heavy equipment like this. One of them was our our main guy who used to drive the heavy equipment. He came and he actually broke one of our skidsters, one of our cool skidsters that had the tracks. And it had to be taken out and be repaired because it was just a rental. So they brought us another one, but the one they brought us was the one with the tires, the the 4 little tires on it without the treads. And I was like, I fucking hate this one. I don't like it, but we used it anyways. And I was doing my normal job. It was on that one job where we were going underneath the house, and I had gotten used to running the tracks. The tracks felt way more stable. Like I couldn't really screw that up because it just felt like it was more sucked to the ground. The wheeled version felt way more bouncy and way more unstable. So one of the times I went out to dump the rubble out of the bin, and I lifted the bucket up too high when I went to dump it. And there was just enough of a hill that it started to try to tip over, started to tip forward. And I could feel it, the back end coming up off of it. I was like, oh shit. And I thought I was like, I not necessarily gunned it, but I pushed forward on the control stick to move forward. So literally I was doing a wheelie is what I was doing for a hot second. And I realized, because I wasn't sure quite what was happening at the moment. And I figured it out afterwards when I was like, oh shit, I'm going to fall. So I basically just brought the bucket down really, really fast and was able to like save it. But that one was a scary one because I was like, oh shit, I almost tipped this motherfucker over. So it's not for lifting material and dumping it. It's literally for like picking up and shuffling materials around. So that one was a scary one. And then the other story that was scary was running one of these forklift boom arm. I don't even know what they are. I call it a boom arm forklift, which is probably what it is. But we were working on a 2-story building, and we needed to get a pallet of plywood, thousands of pounds, right? Like 20 sheets of 4x8 sheets of plywood up to the roof. So it's pretty high up there. Like when you think of like a 2-story building, you think the first story and then the second story, but then you have to think, oh, there's a roof on top of that. So it had to go up to the top. So basically the third all the way up. Anyways, it was another house kind of on a slight incline downhill, and I rolled up, got everything set up with the tires, figured out, made sure that everything was safe, started to lifted the load, got it into position, and then started to extend the boom arm out up to the top roof, and everything was fine. And I got it up there, and I was parked. I wasn't moving or doing anything like that. And I got set, and I was just waiting for the guys to unband the plywood and start to pull them off. And I had stopped right above the lip of the of top of that building, about 6 inches off the top of it is where I had set it, so that the guys could grab the sheets off of it much easier rather than trying to like pull it over their head kind of stuff. So but as soon as they unbanded the plywood and started to pull the sheets off of it, it was enough. I was extended just enough with the movement of them like shifting the weight just a little bit, that the back tires of the lift started to go up, and I could feel it. And I was another one of those like, oh shit moments. So I knew that they weren't, the guys had pulled off the sheet and they were walking it over to put away, so I knew nobody was there. So I grabbed the control stick and I pushed down on it so that the arm went down on top of the building. Scared the shit out of them because it made a big noise, but I was able to keep the boom lift and stuff like that from falling over because I stabilized on top of the building as best I could. Because I was like, I was afraid that it might like slip out or keep, whatever it was. I was like worried that whatever. So I tried to at least safely make sure that I could do that without causing a bigger whatever. But yeah, that one was a trippy one, especially with having a boom arm out like 30 feet up, like almost straight up in the air, and it start to move and being like, oh, that's not fun. So those are my two fun, exciting, scary stories from working construction with heavy equipment. My dad was like, oh yeah, we could get one to shovel snow. And I'm like, I don't think they are cheap, so you can just go buy one. You can rent them. Like they're easy enough to rent. I would definitely stay away from the ones that have tires for the skid steers. I find those things way more dangerous than the track ones. Either one of them has a weight load capacity where you're not supposed to bring up the weight above a certain height for them. They're just small and tippy, and they just kind of are. Each one has its versatility. The track was nice for what we were doing because we were driving over top of dirt and concrete rubbles and stuff like that, and the tires, even though we ended up using tire one, it was very, very difficult. It felt really bad. The track one I felt like there were more contact points on the ground to be able to feel stable in it compared to the wheeled ones. So I think it depends on the application that you want to use for it and how, but they're fun, they're cool. If you get a nice one or anything like that, then it has a heating and stuff like that, AC, and it can be nice. You can get cheap ones. You can get old rental ones, buy those off of people and stuff like that too. So, and I don't think for the forklift, I had to go get forklift certified. For the skid steer and stuff like that, I did not. So I don't know if there's anything you'd have to go do for that. A lot of that stuff you can just rent. I don't think he needs to buy one just for snow though. Probably not. If you were like where we live right now in Reno, like it would probably be a bad idea this year to buy especially in Texas. Yeah, probably not Texas. We get enough snow that you could possibly offset those costs. In Truckee, California, where I grew up, they get snow, fucking crazy amounts of snow. Like that definitely makes sense. If you have a parking lot or anything like that, you will want a piece of equipment or to pay for a service to come and clean out the snow and stuff like that. So, but Reno is a little bit in between. Yeah, that's what he was thinking of. Yeah, that can definitely help. The only concern caveat thing that comes with having a piece of equipment like that is actually a couple. One is maintenance, making sure to take care of it, make sure to grease it, and all of that fun stuff. There is a lot that has to be done with that. My uncle runs an excavating business. He spends a lot of time maintaining his machines and stuff like that. Two would be where you're going to keep it and make sure that it's secure, because people like to try to grab those things and go on joyrides with them and stuff like that. And I believe the keys are basically universal across all of them, so they're kind of funky in certain ways. Anyways, it's a minor thing on that one. It can be figured out. The third thing is when you are doing snow removal, knowing where to put the snow. Some places have a dedicated location that they will pile up snow so that it can be, it can melt off and do its thing. Some places will dedicate like a parking spot, or maybe like a couple parking spots that they will push everything to, and those will just be unusable by the public, but it's for the good of the, getting things cleaned up, the rest of it. It's like sacrificing 10% to regain 90%. It's one of those type of things. Snow stakes is also another good thing to have or put up if you're going to run that type of machinery, because you don't want to run around and start smacking into sidewalks or any of the bumpers and stuff like that they have for cars. Some parking lots do and don't have those, but any pieces of concrete or things that are sticking up, rocks, whatever it is. Just being aware of the actual layout of the parking lot and possibly having to mark it out with stakes and stuff like that. So, like, there's a whole thing about it, and being conscious and aware of some of those things and planning out ahead of time and stuff like that. Like I said, I used to work doing this all the time, so this is like fresh in my head constantly. I also know where I live here in Reno, we have a city ordinance that says you are not allowed to pile up your snow in the street. So any snow on your driveway, any snow on the sidewalks in front of your house, which you are responsible for, you're actually supposed to take that and put that into your yard, so that emergency vehicles can still access the streets and get to where they need to get to, whether it is to access fire hydrants or bring in ambulances to be able to pick up people and deal with emergencies. So some of those things need to be thought of as well. What are the city ordinances and where you can and can't put stuff. There's also some environmental issues, like we're not allowed to dump snow into the rivers around here because it contains ice melt and sand and stuff like that, and that will actually destroy part of the ecosystem for the rivers and lakes around here. So there's some things that have to be understood partially with that. Sounds like it should be jerry-rigged to keep people from taking them. They tried their best with locks and things like that. But yeah, it's hard. My uncle went through and took some of his equipment and actually welded kill switches into his machinery so that he could physically turn off the connection between the battery and the engine, and that has its own separate lock. So if anybody tried to grab his equipment, they could be like, well, why is my key not working? They could look around to be like, oh, let's check the engine, and they would just come across a giant steel welded box with a different key, and they'd be like, well, fuck, they can't do anything about that. So that's not standard. They'd have to really figure out how to get through it to get the thing turned on. So interesting. I would think sand would get into rivers naturally. Yeah, it's one of those things. We ran across it a bunch working in Truckee because we have the Truckee River, which basically feeds everything from the Sierras down through Nevada, way out into the middle of the desert. Like it's the lifeblood of the water source here. So they found that if they took a lot of snow, which in Truckee, they heavily put sand down on their streets when it's icy, because we're talking like 2 or 3 inches of ice possibly on some places. Like it gets really, really bad. But they heavily put sand down in order to gain traction. So if we're taking that snow and putting it into the rivers or the lakes or whatever like that, it makes a huge difference, because they get a lot of snow and they do a lot of salting and sanding and stuff like that. So it would definitively like really hurt the environment. Like they did research on it and showed like it's pretty bad. So they try not to do that. We have a couple like for the downtown area, they actually collect all of the snow in dump trucks when it gets really bad, and they'll actually ship it out. They have over by the water processing plant, they have some basins that they can actually put the picked up snow in, so that it can melt off and then filter itself back through the environment, through the sand, through the dirt and stuff like that, and make it safe. And then they can clean up the sand that's left over, so it does not go back into the ecosystem. It's something that they can use. Would mess with the pH. Yes, that is one of the things they did found. It for the fish and the inhabitants that live in the lakes and rivers, it was changing that part drastically. It was killing off a lot of the food and stuff that fish and stuff would eat. Like you're not wrong. Like it was drastically had the potential to change the environment badly. So we found alternative ways to deal with that. Welcome to Tahoe's TED Talk about how to protect the environment, take care of things in your community responsibly, ethically. It's one of those things that working in that industry and doing those type of things, being conscious of it, and like it's important to me. Like I understand all of that stuff. I like swimming and playing in the rivers. I don't want them to go away. Okay, I lied. I don't like swimming and playing, and I like to play around the rivers and stuff like that and go and visit them and see them. And I may not swim in them all the time, but you get the idea. Simple might be a good coloring page. Go ahead and save that one real quick. Make sure that's going to be okay. Are they cleaning out stuff again? God damn it. Yep, now they're across the street. No, we definitely had to make sure that we were in compliance with a lot of environmental safety things. The national forest and stuff was right there. Like I said, that river, the Truckee River, runs right through, which basically brings all of the huge snowpack that we would get the 20-30 feet of snow that we would get in those mountains that would melt off for the whole year. Basically supplies everything, all the water for all the surrounding areas. So making sure those things were taken care of and considered, definitely a priority. Sometimes a little cumbersome to work around some of those things, but inevitably well worth it for sure. Well worth a little bit of extra effort. Okay, what else do I want to do with this? It's not bad. What I should do, I should put together, not necessarily a press release, I should put together a thing that I should send to the Humane Society here so they know kind of what's going on with that. Okay, what other elements do I have that might be fun to throw in here? Question is, I've got, do I swap out and switch for the older version of buttons, or do I keep the younger version? I think I should keep the younger one because this is based off of the first book, so yeah, we should keep that one. Okay, so that's going to limit us a little bit. Not too bad. Okay, why is this not? Did this not save correctly? Save as. Let's put that on the desktop real quick. Weird. Okay, so we saw the Christmas one at the beginning. Christmas one, let's bump that some more. Kind of similar idea there. Let's look at the other first one. Okay. And then trim view. Okay, there we go. Save. clear. Let's do, okay, so how do we change, okay, there it is. Okay, let's go ahead and save that real quick. Okay, so we don't need, let's do, okay, we're gonna close this real quick. I don't want to mess that up. Reopen, okay. So let's pause here for the moment. We might switch over and do some other book related things too. I mean, this is all book related, but anyways, let's pause here. We're going to do a break time here in about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So let's check in on our assistant for the month here. There's Patch over in his little, oh, he's crawled into a really small ball over in the corner. But yeah, we're going to run a 3-minute ad break here in about 1 minute. Oh, it's not doing the... Interesting. That did not connect back to Fireball. Okay, there we go. Now you all can see that. I have to switch that back so that it stays sticky to it. But we're gonna pause what I'm working on so you guys don't miss anything. We're gonna do that break time. We'll walk around, grab something to drink real quick, check on the dog, do those kind of things, and then when we come back from that break, we'll keep going for the day. Might have some. I never did message. I got to get some work done in between here. I got a lot to do. I got lots to do. I'm not doing at the moment, but. Yeah, stick around. We'll be right back after these messages. How about that? I have returned. Oh, did I change? Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. We are back. Welcome. Patch is still doing his thing. He's being the perfect assistant. You don't want your assistant to be too pushy. You want them to be a little bit pushy, not too much, not too pushy though. And Doggo is just sleeping on the ground. No outside time at the moment. She'll probably get a little inkling to go out pretty soon, but she's doing okay right now. Okay, back over to our polling page. I think this was actually pretty easy. Nothing too crazy. Pretty simple. Yeah, there we go. I guess I could do some. I could do a different background, I guess. Yeah, that was Christmas. I didn't do one with diamonds yet. I should probably go back to the circles is what I should do. I think I already deleted them though. Yeah, probably should. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. Diamonds. There's the circles. Select all. Copy. Yeah, probably should do the circles for this one. Since this will be a very specific one for book 1, book 2 is the diamonds, so maybe this one needs to be with the circles. I think that makes more sense. That makes more sense to me. That is a nice thing about being able just to go and grab other assets from different things and bringing them over. You just have them accessible, ready to go. Is there anything else that I want to do to this? Let's look at... I should probably make... So I was looking at this with our little wave background, right? That I put together. I wonder if I could make one with just the buttons in the background. So take what we did here, this big guy. Let's experiment. Let's play a little bit here. Take this one. Go ahead and minimize that. Make a new layer. So the question is, can I turn this into a pattern? Okay, so let's group it together first. Should be, in fact, texture. Where is it? It's not a warp. Where to shape? I'm forgetting how pattern tool works here. Don't want that. Generative shape fill, no. Mockup, no. That was one of the. Okay, maybe here it is. There it is. Pattern. Make. Okay. So here we go. Here's our pattern. Let's do a brick row. Offset. No, let's do half. Size tile to art. Aha, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that was kind of my idea for this, was to place them on top of each other and make them look like a little button pattern. Can I do 9 by 9? Okay. Okay, done. So that's a new pattern. So I should be able to get rid of that. This down at the bottom. I should be able to draw a square. Should be oh, there it is. Pattern. Oops, put it in the wrong place. Yeah, there we go. Kind of cool, kind of interesting, kind of weird at the same time. We can definitely dim it down. It's probably not the best application of it for this. Oh, maybe up. Okay. So what if I got rid of this then? We definitely have to move some things around and do some different stuff, but that's kind of funny. I don't think it would really work here for this, but it is kind of cool. Definitely a different style of coloring page if I did it like that. Yeah, we'll show Dreamer when she comes. This is her brainchild, so we'll ask her and see what she says, and we may have to make adjustments to it at a later date. Okay, with that, let's head over. We were working on a couple different things on Monday. Several of them were getting getting page 11, because we're working on page 10, 8, 10, and 11. Okay, what was it? I feel like I've seen one like this before, but I can't remember where. This box is all called. Maybe I should check it out first. Okay, so we determined that was fine. Definitely have to work on. That's good. Okay. Got that working. So I gotta look at the layout. The layout is the main thing here. Ooh, I think I remember. What a strange box. It doesn't look like any of the ones I usually play in. I feel like I've seen one like this before, but I can't remember where. What's this box all called? Maybe I should check it out first. Okay. No, I think the writing on that's good. I think the setup on it is good. Move that around. Fix that error with the return on that eye. Yeah, that's what I think I was fine with that. I had just those couple adjustments to do. Place that. Saved. Really not going to change much, but it's fine. That's good. Okay. 11. Please. There we go. Okay. So the ones that were tripping me up, and I got to make a decision here. We have the word surprise a whole bunch. So on page 7, we have maybe it's about time we get buttons a little surprise. And then we go to page 8, we're fine, but then page 9, we have the surprise. Oh no, we do have on page, yeah, that was my problem. 7, 8, and 9, we say the same word 3 times in a row. So we need to figure out an alternate way to maybe say something. Like, it's natural though, at the same time. Part of this is interesting with being the author and illustrator on this project is that I struggle between the artistic part of it being like there's a voice, authentic voice that you want to kind of bring through when you're writing and putting things together, story, and that it connects with the illustrations and stuff like that. Like having both of those both connected to the same like core beliefs and the way I put things together is interesting. It's applying the same values to both sets of disciplines, even though they are very much different to each other. So what I mean by that is right now it bothers me that we have 3 pages in a row that use the word surprise, right? Maybe it's about time we get buttons a little surprise. Buttons, we have a surprise for you, and then surprise. Like, yes, there's some pieces in between that break it up, but that's a lot of repetition, like one after the other. So do I leave it because it's when I wrote it, I that's kind of the way my brain felt it and it worked, but now seeing it like this, do I make a change? Does that upend part of the natural way that I put things together. Hold the message. Tahoe, best views. No, I'm sorry, my friend. We are going to deny that message. I'm sorry. You are a bot. I wonder sometimes about the commercialization of product, right? And how that's pitted against creativity in a lot of ways. A lot of us have, a lot of industry has put together these rules and these ideas about how things should be written and how things should be, absorbed and stuff like that. That's not always necessarily the case, and the world and stuff shifts and changes. And in a world where we're looking for a little bit more authenticity and creativity and stuff like that, should we go with the commercialization version of stuff and be bothered by the idea that it says surprise 3 times? Does that kill things for our reader? Does it make people not want to buy the book? Or does it make it sound more human? Which is, oddly enough, a question we have to ask nowadays. What does and doesn't sound human? If I go through and I change page 7, I change page 8 to have a different word other than surprise, does that make it feel more mechanical in ways and not natural? Because we're not, like, if this was a poem style book or written in a different way, I could definitely say, yeah, definitely want to make sure that some of those rules are abided by. But since this feels more like a spoken tale, like a spoken story, like we make mistakes when we do spoken stories in certain ways too. Am I trying to justify it? Y'all have been in here way too long. I think too deeply, too heavily about this stuff sometimes. Let's play with it and see. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay, let's not use that. Just do a Google search on my phone real quick. What are other words similar to surprise? I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's see. Maybe it's about time we get buttons a little. I don't want to do treat. Ooh. I need to rephrase that. So we tried to look this up the other day, and Dreamer came by when I was asking her about it. We couldn't figure out if it was a synonym. We were trying to look it up and we're struggling because surprise is one of those interesting words where it can mean different things depending on what comes before it. So are there technically other words like surprise or similar to surprise? Thank you, Sunny, for banning that person. Appreciate that. I think I denied the message, but then it disappeared, so I couldn't ban them, I guess. You're banned, scrub. I'm sorry. Maybe it's about time we get buttons. A little surprise. Yeah, I especially don't like I could leave it on page 7, but we definitely need to change something on page 8, which is too bad because they're really like buttons. We could say we have a treat for you. We have a something special for you. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, let's go in. We have something special. I believe it shows special for you. Okay, that breaks it up a little bit better. Let's see. I think I might want to change where the placement of that. It looks like it's coming from the bird, kind of. We don't want it coming from the bird. Maybe it's okay here, but we'll change the angle. Let's try that and see how it goes. No. Range set to there we go. Yeah, that's fine. It's better. Like one of the two. It either needs to be pointing in the right place or not. No problem. Present? Yeah. We have a special present for you? Ooh, that's actually not bad. I like that better than something special. A special. Yeah. I like that. Good call, Bryce. Good call. We have a special present for you. Buns, we have a special present for you. We hope you like it. Yeah. We were struggling the other day trying to figure out what the heck. What was a different way to say surprise, but in like a positive, like exciting way. And we couldn't figure out. I think we tried to look it up like it was an antonym, a synonym, or like what the fuck is the word surprise? It's not an action. It's you're exclaiming something. No, sometimes like on the next page, that's exclaiming the surprise. I don't know. That's above my pay grade, unfortunately. It shouldn't be, but it is. Happy birthday? Not his birthday. Okay, let's look at this. Let's change this out and see. Page relink. 8, please. There we go. Buttons, we have a special present for you. We hope you like it. Surprise! Yeah, okay. I think that works better. But the question is now, do I change this surprise? Number 7. Another phrase for surprise. Yeah, it's a different, I guess it's a different, yeah, I get what you're talking about. It's one of those words that's kind of like the word fuck. Fuck can be a good word, it can be a bad word, it can be an in-between word and a different word. One comedian, God, I can't remember where he's from, which country he's from, where he talks about all the different versions of that and how it can be used and stuff like that, and it's pretty okay. Yeah, the dog is yelling at me to come let her out the door. So give me 1 second. Let me go let her out. And then I'll come back and we'll keep going from there. But I heard you rang the bells. You rang the bells really good. Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, got her sent out there. Hopefully y'all got to see her run around out there real quick. Ooh, we got some cool cloud trails out there right now. That's fun. Another phrase for surprise. Yeah. I think you're onto something there. Okay, swap back here. Okay. Maybe it's about time we get buttons. A little surprise. Yeah, I would like to change that one as well, if I can. Get buttons a little. We could go gift. Present, yeah, might be another one. So if we go gift, then we can say we did set present here, and then we can do surprise on the main page. Maybe it's about time we get buttons a little gift. Buttons, we have a special present for you. We hope you like it. Surprise! I think we're getting there. Is there a better word than little gift? Something similar. Been extra busy lately. Maybe it's about time we get Buttons a little gift. I do like that idea. This cat's yelling at me now. Where the heck are my situations? Offering, present, boon, award, bonus. Maybe it's about time we get Buttons a little boon. I like that. This is funny. A little offering, an award, bonus. Buttons a little. Words are interesting because they do carry with them a certain weight or certain understanding. I was talking about this yesterday with my son. There's something, I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but when you say something like bonus, you invoke a certain understanding about what that word means, especially in certain contexts. If you talk about money bonus, then people will think it's related to work. If you're thinking about even just saying the word bonus, people will generally think of, I think, work first, or some type of like retail or promotion or something like that, where something you get something extra, I think is the next a typical thing. Award carries that imagery of either some kind of trophy or medal or something like that. Boon is one of those weird ones where it's that one has an old-timey word. I think that generally get used in different type of writing and stuff like that. Present is pretty universal, but that one has... Present is one of those weird ones. A different type of weird one. Offering has that ceremonial feeling to it, or tradition tied to it. So, like, I'm not saying like you have to understand everything and every word and stuff like that, but there are moments like reflecting on the story that you're writing and the tone and the voice that you're putting things into, and your intent on what you're trying to get across to the reader, and being able to make sure and choose the correct words for that fit in the scenario. Like, this story is very childlike, very simple, very comic-esque, like all of those things. So present, like, there's joyfulness, there's a connection to gift giving in some way. So, like, even just having gift and then present together next to each other, close to each other, kind of reinforces that this is something that we're giving to this character as a way to either show our appreciation or our love, caring for him, even if it might not be exactly what it is that he was thinking it might be, or wanting it to be in certain respects. Treat would be another one. Maybe it's about time we get Buttons a little treat. But So treat is one of those ones then also that when we say that, we think of food, right? Like you go get yourself a little treat or treat yourself, or like there's connotation like that we kind of just put together with words in certain ways. So I don't think treat, like it sounds okay, but you'd have to push it around to make it feel like it worked. I think gift might be a good way to do it. Oh, interesting. We could rewrite it. Might be time to do something special for buttons, but we use the word special on here, so we don't want to use that. Yeah, I think gift. Maybe it's time we get buttons a little gift. Yeah. We're also using it as a tactic to keep people off of the idea that essentially little brother is coming, right? Not to be confused with big brother. Okay, let's export that. Place. Okay. How are you doing today, Bryce? Is there anything that I need to work on or do? I'm just throwing this out there just in case for logo stuff. I've got about 20 minutes left in this stream, but we can always make little changes and adjustments if we need to. But I'm just dicking around with some of this today. Oops, I pressed a button. Maybe later. Okay. Relink 7. There we go. Okay. We've been extra busy lately. Maybe it's about time we get Buttons' little gift. Buttons, we have a special present for you. We hope you like it. Surprise! Yes. Better. Feels better. That goes into our stuff there. Little rewrites. And then we have the big surprise over here. Okay, cool. Let's save 8. 7 is saved. Let's go down to 9 real quick. Let's do a little bend here. Yeah, let's go like 13%. There we go. You know what? Let's bump that. 15%? Yeah, I like that curve just a little bit better. Okay, so this was page 9. Change that one out. Okay, yeah, it's got a better feel to it now. Question is, do I want to change? I think I want to change that one too. So 22. Yeah, that's better. Sometimes when you have just flat text, it's not necessarily boring, but when you have big moments like this, sometimes you change how the typical way you see the text, flat, gives it just a little bit more personality. Gives it a little boost, in my opinion. Maybe it partially makes it less harsh. Maybe that's part of it. And export that one. This is not supposed to be like a terrible surprise or a bad surprise. It's supposed to be a surprise, but let's relink that. Supposed to be an exciting surprise. Yeah. It's just enough to give it a little something. Oops, whoa, why did it do that? Just went to there. Okay, there we go. Like I said, micro adjustments, little things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 2022. Go ahead and save this. Make sure that's good. Okay, one of the things I talked about. Do I want to put something here? Put a little mini box there. Bring up number 3 real quick. Where are you? Yeah, let's open up that one. Let's open up here. So this is 2 parts. Interesting. Okay, so we can get rid of. Don't need that. Don't need that. Get rid of those. Trash. Thought maybe I could throw this maybe down here. Trying to figure out something I could add on that page, kind of representing our box party surprise here. We've got lots of assets around we could pull, but I don't know. It might not be worth it. Five. Save that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Let's do that. Okie dokie. What else? Okay, we can do. So Sunny, I did go through and I showed a couple people the updated version of the cover here, and they do like this one better. It just kind of fits more succinct with where we start our story, kind of like what I talked about last time. So I think we're gonna stick with the brown box here at the front of the for the cover and stuff like that, with the little writing buttons on the front. Unless something changes again, because you know me. I don't stick to things very long sometimes. But let's see. Let's see if we can dig with this a little bit. So I did get confirmation. I got good news this week that we are going to be able to make changes to book 1 and book 2 starting February 1st with through Ingram Spark. We will be able to go through and update all of our files and stuff for free on our books, our projects and stuff like that that people have there, instead of being charged $25 per file that we upload and stuff now. So that's good. It does mean that I can start working on getting new price points put out for book 1 and book 2, get the barcodes purchased for them, and swap those out, get those all submitted to Ingram Spark, and then order books now with the new price detailing on them, because things are more expensive in the world now, and unfortunately I have to change the price by $1. I have to move them from $17 to $18 to help make up for some of that cost. Otherwise, every time a book sells, I might be paying them. So it kind of makes it not work. If you customer pay for part of it and I pay for part of it, then nothing ever works out. It's just the manufacturer that gets all the money. So I know I'm sure they would love that, but I can't keep making this stuff if don't make something, or something doesn't happen with it at the very least. So, or the potential to have something happen with it is not there, but I don't know. Anyways, so that's important. That's coming up here. We'll be able to do, that was the main thing that I've been waiting on. Even with some of the stuff that I'm doing on book 3 here, even though I am slacking a little bit on getting this blurb written the way I want it to, which is still very much eluding me at this moment, but I'm trying. And with help in many different directions, I still can't quite pin it down yet. Anyways, but yeah, those things, because this book 3 will have to be set at a price point for $18 as well, going forward. But those are all things that we get to work on here, starting in February. And then hopefully, I'm hoping we can do most of it on stream. I want to make sure that I do things and it stays secure so that people can't steal the information or cause problems or anything like that. Not saying that people will, but the world of the internet is a weird place, and you never know. Somebody gets bent out of shape and decides to do whatever they can to make things harder. That's all. So I want to make sure to share that process with everybody so that people can see it and keep building part of that guide work and stuff for the authors and illustrators and stuff like that. But make sure it's safe and secure so that I can do that for y'all. But yeah. Okay. What do we got here? We got about 6 minutes before our last ad break here. I wonder if there's any new insight in my head that might jump out here. Buttons in the box per surprise. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kid named Patch leaps out. Weaving an ordinary day into the start of a life. Okay, yeah, that one's a little rough. Still don't like it's all fun and games. It's fine. Not the best, but it's fine. What else do I have written down? Turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong. Yeah, I think it was originally turning an ordinary day into a start. I was like, I want to add a word from our sewing stuff in. But we use weaving in the top. Is Stitch Tales an series that weaves together true stories that have been greatly embellished over time. With fun pageants soar as they pounce into action, unravel secrets, and embark on crazy adventures. Yes. So we might not want to use weaving. Can't use stitching. Full fun and games with small game Patch leaps out. Who knows what these two best friends will get into next? That was a suggestion that Dreamer had come up with that she really likes. Who knows what threads these two will I don't want to use weave, but I have weave together next? Question mark? Who knows what threads these two will weave together next? Like, it's not a bad sentence. Like, I feel like I have all of the pieces I need. They're not going together in the correct order per se. Oh, I need to rearrange them in a better way. I don't know quite what that is yet. Blurb. Blurb. Okay, let's save that for the moment. yeah, we've got about 2 minutes to go until our last break for the stream. Don't forget today's shorter stream. We always do shorter on Wednesday because I have to go pick up my daughter from school early. Let's see what's going on here outside. Okay, Doggo's not back at the door. We'll check on our assistant. Hey, there's our assistant. Hanging out on the heater again. Looking all regal with his little paw up on this little tree there. Alright, so we've got about a minute, 20 seconds here until the ads hopefully start. We'll pause and then we'll come back. We'll do our brief wrap up and then we will get out of here for the day. Go do other chores and other things. I need to sit down and work on my weekly post for tomorrow. I don't have anything put together for it yet. I don't know what I'm going to talk about quite yet. I'm going to have to wing it. We'll see, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, stick around if you would like to. If not, thank you for coming by. We'll see you on the other side of this ad break, and then we'll go from there. All right. I think we were a little bit productive today. Not like a lot of it, a little bit. Definitely have been feeling less productive the last 2 weeks, which is kind of poopy. I've gotten some stuff done, but I feel like I haven't been getting as much as I wanted done. Doing, I don't know. Maybe that's just every business. I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling that the pressure of just business in general. Wanting to do good, wanting to keep finding new spaces to find audiences in, and people who are interested in either the process or what's going on with the story, or just trying to figure out what will resonate with people. What would it be something I would be interested in seeing in this format? Like, I love I haven't Sundere hasn't been in here in a little bit. I love watching her draw and create, and there's a couple other people that on Twitch and stuff like that. I love watching them do stuff. I love watching Sage put together his bookbinding and stuff like that. Like, those things are all super satisfying to me. I wish there was a little bit more of that in a lot of spaces, and there are some. I watch a couple other streamers doing like metal work, forging, painting, sculpture, stuff like that. I don't know. Is it consistency? Is it... I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out all things, but we have reached the end of our stream for the day on our short day here. I'm gonna go package this stream up, get some stuff typed out for it, sent over to YouTube for tomorrow. Do those kind of cleanup items here before I go do the second half of my day. All that fun stuff. So hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Thank you, Bryce, for being in here. Thank you, Sunny, for coming in here for a little bit. Appreciate y'all's. It's nice to have people in here to bounce things off of and give ideas and stuff. Those were helpful. I think those made a big difference on the pages that I had worked on today. So it all helps. Community, being able to throw ideas around at and stuff like that helps. It's cool. Easy, nice. It's fun. But yeah. I will be back. Oh, Dreamer put in her point. She must be lurking. That's funny. Speaking of that, we are up to 20% raised for our special treat for our assistant patch. We are at 6,000 points out of our 30,000 that we need to get him a treat live here on stream. So if you do come by and you do watch the stream, and you have an account here, you can collect points and then put those towards getting Patch a special treat that I will share live with you all right here on the stream. Oh, he's not down there anymore. Yep, he was, but he's not down there. That's okay. But yeah, that's all I've got for the day. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all on Friday. Bye, everybody.
I suppose it did sound funny. I used to lie out on the beach, close my eyes, may there be a pretty girl lying in the sand next to me.